We are back to where it all began in March. Welcome to Silverstone National and welcome to GTR2 and the final round of the 1993 British Touring Car Championship. Round 17, the weather is glorious and we're looking for a great title fight right at the end of the season. It comes down to two cars, Steve Soper and Jochen Winkelhock fighting it out for the championship honours. Same with me as well, I'm actually fighting it out with Ian Ashley for the Independence Championship. If I don't finish and don't score any points, Ian Ashley and myself will be tied on championship points. So it all comes down to this race and it's sure to be an absolute cracker. On to other news though. As you know, I'm running this series like a roleplay kind of series, so I'm with an independent team, everything is coming out of my pocket, so I have to pay the staff and that lot, and I can't afford to do it for next season, so I have been approached by Tom Wilkinshaw, and I will be signing a multi-year contract with the Volvo team for next season, and here is my Volvo for next year. It looks pretty similar to the Tom Wilkinshaw Volvos of 1994, but the colours are obviously different, and I have a different sponsor as well, because I don't want to be the same as those. It's going to be a 3-car team, but I want to be, you know, sort of slightly distant from the other 2 cars, if you know what I mean. So yes, I'll be sponsored by Unipart, boots will still be on the back, and you know, just keeping a part on there, and I've also got the BTCC Blueprints logo on the front wings as well, because I have been getting a lot of support from them as well. You know, they've allowed me to use their illustrations for my series, and yeah, they've been really supportive over it, so yeah, thank you very much to them. And again, another massive thank you to everyone who has contributed to this series this year as well. We have Furenkazen, obviously, who's done the grid walks this year, Dan Lee, who has also done a few of the standings and has done the VHS style intro on this series as well. RynoGT4, Tom, or the Fuzzy Mole, who has also contributed, Rick from Cat Cool, we have Jamie Day, Josh from the Moaning Yorkshireman, Viper Racing, Jam Sankith, Jimmy Broadbent, Southpaw Racer. So yeah, a massive thank you to all those guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, so what is there else left to say? So I'm going to hand it over now to Fury for the final grid walk of the 1993 British Touring Car Championship season, and I'll see you all on the track.
238 days. That's 7 months and 24 days. And that's how long it's been since we started the 1993 British Touring Car Championship. The final round then, at Silverstone, and the final grid of the season. BMW 1-2. On the front row, it's Jochen Winkelhock and Steve Soper, a dominating season from Team Schnitzer, much-deserved champions. John Cleland, second. Vauxhall, can they grab a win at the end of the year? Chris Goodwin with a good showing for Ecuria Kos. Row 3, Tim Harvey and Alain Menu. It's the last race for the Renault 19, the Laguna coming in next year. Win Percy and Paul Radicic are next. The Ralph Sport Mondeos slowly coming up the grid. They will be a force to be reckoned with in 1994. Kia Fodor and David Leslie. Then it's Ian Flux and Jeff Allen on row 6. Peugeot never really fulfilling their promise this season. And then it's Bobby Verdenroe and Harry Nuttall. Toyota not having the season that they wanted. Patrick Watts in the Mazda is next. Mazda may be back with a 2-car effort next season. Julian Bailey and Will Hoy in the Works Toyotas, and Andy Rouse in the Ford. They will all be looking to get much higher up the grid. Eugene O'Brien and James Kay, Peugeot and Toyota, round out the top 20. Rob Gravitt, a disappointing year for the former champion, not used to the Peugeot 405, with Dan Bartlett next fighting for the independents. Ian Ashley is followed up in the sports promotion team Maxted Vauxhall, followed up by Matthew Neal and Alex Portman. A bad qualifying for Ian Khan puts him way back in the independence grid, and it's Bob Berridge who rounds out the field. It's been a great season, it'll be a great race, and for myself, I will see you all in 1994 with what is sure to be a new version of events. Good luck.
Thank you very, very much, Fury, again for the final grid walk of this season. It has been a pleasure working with you, sir. And further to add what Fury said, yes, it has indeed been 238 days, or if you want to be scientific, that is 5,712 hours, 342,720 minutes, or 20,563,200 seconds. There you go. I hope you've taken notes, because we're going to have a quiz at the end of class. Anyway, so here we go then, it comes down to this. We are now fighting Ian Ashley for the championship honours, but even if we don't score any points, we're going to be tied for the win anyway, so we're going to be champions regardless. And yeah, it is going to be an absolute fraught battle, I believe. I've boosted the AI difficulty as well. Just it gives me a bit of a harder time with the independence and so on. So here we go then, the final time this year then. Stick it in the first, lights are on, and round 17 is underway. And a good start by Ashley, but it looks like we're going to take him on the outside as we go into the first corner. Whoa. Well, that's one way to start the race, I suppose. That was a bit of Ben Rushworth slidey going on. Oh, come on, Watts. Why are you braking that early? If you don't know who Ben Rushworth is, he is a saloon car driver for the... is it 750 Saloon Car Championship? Something like that. But he drives a Honda Integra, and his driving style is absolutely amazing. He power slides, or he did last season. He was power sliding around pretty much every corner, and it was a sight to behold. And he commentates actually during races. He's actually got a microphone in his helmet, and he commentates while he's racing, and it is quite a sight to behold. So I highly recommend you go and check out his channel. It's brilliant. Now, I don't know when the TOCA shootout is going to be this year, because some cars only appeared for the shootout, and there were a few foreign drivers as well, which I don't currently have in this version of the mod. Fury has actually been working tirelessly on this mod since, well, ever, and version 3 should be out. And I know I spoke to Marcano as well. He's one of the car skinners who actually done my skin for the season. He's actually got the TOCA shootout for 1993 along with all the other drivers, and it's just a case of handing them over, but of course the physics haven't been reworked on this version of the mod, so I need to wait for the full update. Oh, excuse me, the full update to get it all added. Oh, and again, power sliding just a little bit. A bit loose on the ass end today. Possibly because of the cold weather. So, 25 laps again around this circuit. In real life it was only 22 laps because they had a red flag, but this should go to the full 25 laps. Of course it's going to go for the full 25 laps because there's no way in this game of stopping a race. And I'm losing a lot of traction for some reason on the front end. I'm very, very slidey. Taking a little while for the tyres to warm up, I believe. Still in 22nd where we started. We got Patrick Watts. He's been pushed right down. And the three have pulled away at the front. You got Winkelhock still in the lead. Steve Soper and John Cleland right behind. So it looks like it's going to be a three-way battle for the lead as well. Would be nice for John Cleland to pick up a win this season. He's had a torrid time of it this year, with the amount of times he's been on his lid. Same with Jeff Allen as well, really. There we go. Oh, get off the curbs. My shifter has become very squeaky. I might have to put some WD-40 on it. Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference that I've boosted the AI just a little bit. I mean, it is a lot harder for me to pass most cars. I should have done this for the start of the season, really, shouldn't it? It was on 104%. 100% was way too easy, so I put it at 104. I mean, it still doesn't mean I'm going to catch up to the works teams quickly, but I mean, I've put it on. I haven't put it up much. I've only put it up to 106%. But it seems to have made quite a large difference. I mean, we are struggling to keep up even with our independent classmates. Someone had a bit of a coming together. Oh, Eugene O'Brien, that's the second time you've done that this season, you complete wazzick. Right, up into 18th place. Nice, cool, calm, collected. Don't want to try and oversteer too much, or understeer, sorry, otherwise we are going to wreck our tyres for the rest of the race. I just want to conserve as much as possible. Patrick Watso has followed my lines and has made it up into 19th place after dropping back quite a fair ways. There's no point in shifting up into 6th here, because literally braking zone anyway, so keep it in 5th. And there is our title rival contender. But it's alright because we're right behind him, so we're going to get more points than him at the end of the season. And we will become independent champion. But I'm greedy and I want to get as many points and places as possible. If I don't forget to change gear, because I'm waffling too much. We just hear the wheel spin there as the car struggles for grip. Alright, we're in Ashley's draft. Can we outbrake him going into turn 1? No is the answer to that. I was on the wrong line anyway, so really you want to take that corner on the outside so you can get a better entry and hit your apex. Oh. Oh, thank you, Will Hoy. You slowed him down for me. Alright, it's a battle of the Carinas then up front. James K, Will Hoy and myself. Oh, and Bobby Verdon Rowe as well. So 4 Carinas line astern. Ashley gets a run. Undercut. Yes, nicely done. Oh, come on, off the curb. Thank you. Oh, keep it together, for goodness sake. It does have a tendency to do that when you just let off the throttle, the rear end just slides around and you just start losing adhesion when you go into the corners. Patrick Watts is fighting now with Ashley. Oh, take out another marker. It's fine. Yeah, I definitely should have boosted the AI difficulty to 106 from the season start, because this has been a lot more interesting and a lot more difficult to keep up with the AI drivers, and I've got Patrick Watts sniffing my exhaust. So everything is a lot more even. I'm not just blasting past all the independents either. Oh, no, 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 no. Lock the front end. That's never good. Ah, son of a bitch. It's Harry Nuttall by the side of me, I believe. Yes, it was. Come on, keep it together. Tires might be going off a little tiny bit. Certainly can't throw it into the corners like I did at the start. Lap 19 then of 25, coming up to the end of the race and the end of the season. And it looks like Steve Soper will be crowned the 1993 British Touring Car Champion. He's currently in second place behind Jochen Winkelhock. Cleland is still in third with Chris Goodwin in fourth. Oh yeah, you can see the understeer now, the grip is slowly ebbing away. Just block Nuttall's line. Okay, the final 5 laps of the season. See if I can make up another position for the end. I don't think I will though. Eugene O'Brien and Patrick Watts are a bit too far ahead now. 3.1 seconds deficit. So, oh well, not to worry. And it looks like this race is going to be a nice clean race as well. No replays to add up. Thank God for that. Because every single time I add a replay in, I need to sync it up and then find the right spot to actually plonk it in. And then I have to, you know, the way I do this, I record the replays after the race. So then I have to sync them up afterwards. So what you don't see is, like, when I finish a race, I then change the camera to the track camera. So then I can sync up the actual footage with the replay. And yeah, adding replays of crashes and stuff can add about 20-30 minutes to the editing time. Because I need to sync it all up, like I said, and then add the little graphic, the little overlay that comes up on it as well. Oh. So yeah, it takes a good 2 hours to edit one race, and then it takes another 2 hours to render the bloody thing. So and then I have to do all the graphics at the end as well for the point standings and everything. So yeah, it takes a lot of time. It's a lot more than what people might realise. And I'm stupid for downshifting into 4th there. I'm talking too much, not concentrating. 23 of 25. Oh, come on. Yeah, just locking the front end. No! Nuttall, you bugger off. I want my position back. Andy Rice is right back here. What the hell happened to him? No idea. Right, we've got to get our position back. We've got 2 laps to go of 1993. I want to get past Harry Nuttall. I want a top 20. Well, I am in the top 20, but you know what I mean. I want 19th place. Oh, driving like this I'm not going to. Come on. Come on, keep your composure. Get in there. Just don't have the grip that I did at the start. Understeering like a good one. Final lap of 1993 then. And it looks like we're going to get a 20th position finishing spot. But more importantly, we are ahead of Ian Ashley. Oh god, what am I doing? And the leaders cross the finish line. Steve Soper is 1993 champion. So he has become champion-elect for this season. And he just has to try and regain his title for next year. So, not really an eventful race by any stretch, but at least we kept it fairly clean besides the tyres going off at the end. And there we go, 20th position, and that is the 1993 season done and dusted. Now we just have to wait for 1994 for next year. So that was, yeah, that was, all in all, that was a fantastic season. A lot better than 1992 that we did with Race 07, which was a bit of a washout at some points. But, yeah, I'm thoroughly pleased with the way the season's turned out. Nowhere did I expect to actually become Independence Champion, which I am. And yeah, what a fantastic way to end it. So, for the final time this year then, I will hand it over to RynoGT4 for the race results, point standings, and constructor standings.
And with the completion of this weekend's festivities, we close the final chapter of the 1993 Auto Trader RAC British Touring Car Championship with a BMW 1-2, with Joachim Winkelhock taking the final victory of the season over new series champion Steve Soper, John Cleland taking the final step on the podium, with Alain Menu and Paul Radisich rounding out the top 5, and in 6th place, Chris Goodwin. As far as the independents, Dan Bartlett manages to put an exclamation point on his independent championship trophy with a race victory in class over Ian Ashley, with Matt Neal finishing 3rd, Alex Portman in 4th, Ian Can and Bob Barrage finishing the top 6 in the independents. And here are the final point standings of the season. Congratulations to Steve Soper for becoming the 1993 BTCC champion, beating out teammate Joachim Winkelhock by 9 points, with David Leslie finishing 3rd, teammates Alan Menu and Tim Harvey taking 4th and 5th, and John Cleland missing out on 5th place by just 1 point. In the privateer class, Dan Bartlett is your 1993 champion, beating out Ian Ashley by 18 points, with Ian Can finishing 3rd, and teammates Alex Portman, Matt Neal, and Ray Belm finishing the top 6 in the independent standings. And here are your final constructor standings for 1993, with BMW Motorsport Team Schnitzer taking a dominant victory over Renault Dealer Racing. 3rd place belongs to the Curia Kasi Vauxhall team, with 4th belonging to the Team Securicor Toyota. 5th place goes to Vauxhall Sport Dave Cook, with 2 Vauxhall teams in the top 5. And finally, in 6th is Nissan Castrol Racing. And there are your final results of the 1993 British Touring Car Championship. Back to you, Dan.
And there we go. That is it. Everyone has packed up their things and are going back to their workshops and preparing their cars for winter testing for the start of 1994. So, congratulations to Steve Soper and the Schnitzer team for clinching at the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. It was very, very close, but Winkelhock just couldn't get there in the end. And, yeah, we are Independence champions. So, thank you very much again to all the special guests that I've had this year who has contributed to this season. And there's nothing more to say. I will see you all next time for the 1994 championship. And again, massive thanks to everyone as well who has watched, who has subscribed to the channel, and who has enjoyed this series since its inception in 2017 when we done the 1992 season on Race 07. So I will continue doing these series. If you want me to, I will carry on with 1994, and then 95, 96, all the way through. So yeah, again, massive thanks to everyone who has watched, who has contributed, who's given thoughts and ideas for this season. It has been a hell of a ride, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So, yeah, thank you very, very much, and I will see you all next year. Take care.